All right, still in Sedona, and I'm at the Midgley Bridge parking, and there's good old Steamboat Rock with its steam tower getting in the sun now. And but I'm gonna do Wilson Mountain, which I think it's further beyond, but this is the highest mountain in Sedona. I've done this from the east side before, which is actually shorter, but I'm doing it from this south side, so it'll be a little longer. So right off the bat, you switch back above the parking lot, but it's pretty smooth trail. I don't think it's gonna be too bad because it's actual normal trail. I'm used to doing all this crazy off-trail stuff. This is just like sort of your standard run-of-the-mill hike. So, I mean, I don't even need to run either. But as you can see, the trail's pretty smooth and pretty easy, but we've popped up a couple hundred feet from the car. So I should have pointed out to you, so that's Wilson Mountain up there. It's pretty flat up top. I don't know exactly where the true summit is, but and then that on the right is the first bench of Wilson Mountain. So the trail's gonna switch back, get to that bench, and then we're gonna have more switchbacks up on top of the big boy Wilson. All right, fast forward almost a mile later, and we are getting much closer to the bench. We've barely gone up. It's been pretty flat from the car all the way over here. We've probably gone up 400 feet in, I don't know, a mile and a half, maybe even closer to 2 miles, maybe 1.75. So we're gonna have to switch back up somehow. Maybe it's there, maybe it's here to get up to this bench. But it still probably won't be too steep. So sun's out, feels good. It's like 40 or low 40s. So there's your summit. Here's your first bench. So just plowing up. Still have a long way to go, but it's a nice trail for sure. So I think eventually we start switching back on the hillside, but right now following this drainage. But yeah, looks like we cut across it. Makes sense. So crossing this drainage and continuing to head up, probably 2 miles in. All right, so getting closer to the first bench and the summit. It's gotten a little steeper, but not too bad. Past 2 people. So there's someone else out here. I'd imagine there will be someone else on the summit, but we'll see. It's Christmas, by the way. So Merry Christmas to everyone, and thank you for the support and watching my videos. Plenty more to come. All right, so we appear to be gaining the first bench because we're on a flat plateau now. Yeah, and then somewhere the trail will go up that way to the summit. So we're gonna hit the junction with the other trail, and that's where it branches up. So up on the first bench, I'm gonna take the long sleeve off because it's getting a little warm. So look at the views, great views. There's the Gibraltars, 1, 2, 3 out there, Twin Buttes, and the big Lee Mountain. So yeah, but there's Wilson. So still have a bit, still have, I don't know, 1,000, maybe less than 1,000, 800 to gain. So here's your main junction. So if you came from the 89, the east side, Oak Creek, you'd come up here, you'd hit this junction. We got to go up obviously to Wilson Mountain. Back there is to Midgley Bridge, where I came from. I've come up a couple hundred feet. There's the bench. and just switching back up, getting up there. It's nice up in this brush. Nice late fall winter feel to it, nice and crisp. So just hammering up. Shout out to the people I just ran into. I forget his name, my apologies if you watch this, but he lives in Gallup, around Gallup. He's an ultra runner. He said he's got a 91K in Prescott coming up. So good luck to you, man. Maybe I'll see you at a race one of these days. All right, we're up in the forest now. It's a little chilly. We've kind of gained the summit plateau, I suppose. But at some point, we're gonna hit a junction up here, and I'm gonna go to the far north or Flagstaff overlook first, because that's 1.5 miles each way. All right, so we've gotten up to the saddle. We're gonna go to the North Canyon overlook, 1.5 miles away. But then rest assured, I will be back to hit the other overlook. Just gonna do this further one first. So this should be relatively flatter, but maybe some small ups and downs. So hopefully mostly joggable. That might be Capitol Butte right there. I think it is. We're seeing down to Jerome or Clarkdale right there. I think we've about made it out to the north overlook. I can figure out where I'm going. Yeah, I think it's basically here. Dun, dun, dun. There's good old Oak Creek Canyon. And the road will switch back up to the plateau. Here's the mountains in Flagstaff. So, North Overlook, just jog that 1.5 miles. It's chilly. I'm gonna put my gloves back on because my hands are cold. But I'm gonna get a picture and then get out of here. All right, and we've made it to the south of the Sedona Overlook. Look at this. Great view. Sedona down there, Capitol Butte. Courthouse Bell, the Gibraltars, Twin Buttes, Lee Mountain. I don't know what that one is. Yeah, awesome. All right, and I've walked 30 yards off trail to the official high point of Wilson Mountain, the highest point in Sedona, which I think is right here. So, not very descriptive with no views, but this is literally right off the trail if you look at the map. Okay, so correction. That point is labeled as Wilson Mountain on the map, but clearly there's a much higher point, which is also labeled as Wilson Mountain on the map, but maybe it's North Wilson Mountain. I'm not really sure. But I did go up this before when I did this. I don't know, it's probably been 4 or 5 years now. So I'm gonna do it again because I would like to summit the highest point in Sedona. So this is 7,100 feet, according to AllTrails, which again is probably wrong. But working my way up the slope. All right, so there is actually a semblance of a use path up if you find it. Very steep though. Now, I just don't know if my high point is to the right or the left. I'm gonna say right, but not totally obvious. Let's hope I'm right here. I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to tell. Wilson, is this you? Oh yeah, I think this is it. Yeah, well, it's kind of hard to stand right on this little thing. But yeah, Wilson Mountain, Now we're at the highest point in Sedona. The one overlooks over there, the one's way over there. Now you can see the mountains in Flagstaff. Awesome, awesome view. I guess I can get out. Let me get out one more level here, even though it's not as high. Yeah, Wilson Mountain looks to be the highest point, or that is, but same difference. All right, so down most of the steeper parts. It's pretty rocky in some places, so it's not easy to move fast, but getting down, and then we're gonna hit a junction, and I'm gonna take that right and down to then hit Steamboat Rock. But I've probably come down like, I don't know, 1,800 feet, quite a bit from the summit. But headed down there, there's Steamboat Rock. So I'm gonna head down there, cut down, and then I gotta climb up all that red slick rock. There is the South Overlook, way up there. So, like I said, come down quite a bit and crushing some sweet and spicy peanut mix with all this hot Cajun stuff. It's really good. They give it to you at the Hampton Inn for one of your free snacks if you're a Diamond member. So, shout out to Hampton Inn. All right, so just hit a junction. I banged a right because I'm gonna drop to then go up Steamboat. So I'm not gonna show it here because I already have a full video on that. So if you wanna see my video on Steamboat Rock, I can link it in the description below, but it's a pretty short video to get up there. You can't get on the summit unless you actually technically climb with gear and stuff. But you can get to that shelf right below the vertical stack. So you can get up pretty high. It's pretty cool. So this is the Jim Thompson Trail. There's sticks here, but this is the use path that'll lead you up to the spine, that'll lead you up to Steamboat Rock. So just so you know where it looks like if you have the map, you'll be fine. There's Wilson and the bench. All right, I'm on the Steamboat deck here. Choo choo. Although that's a steam engine, but you get the idea. Same power source. So anyway, you can walk around. It's pretty. The wind feels great. It's like perfect wind, temperature, sun. So I'm gonna walk around again, just circumnavigate this thing. All right, last time I didn't climb up here, so it's pretty easy to get up here. And in theory, I could get there, but I'm not going to. It's gonna get a little too sketch, I think, and exposed. So I got to here, 20 feet up off the deck. Pretty cool. All right, we're back. Back to the Midgley Bridge parking. I'm sure everyone's upset I had a spot for this long. This is a hot spot to park. So anyway, here's the bridge. There's Steamboat. And there's Wilson. And again, Merry Christmas to all. And to all a good night.